Okay, Stuart, let's hear your story. How did you find out about Farm for Profit, and then what caused you to become interested?
My good friend John Enns suggested that he had a product that might be worth trying, and so we tried this liquid manure liquefier for a year in one barn. I started it in July, just using it in the pits in the barn, and then loaded one lagoon, finding out later that we were probably not using as much product as was recommended, but nonetheless, we saw some results the following spring with large amount of solids that was being flushed out of our barn. And so, and up till that point, we had a lot of difficulty with our pits. Solids had been building up over time. This had been 15 years since we had started the operation, and had never flushed the pits out entirely. And so we used this manure liquefier to help us solve our problems with solids gumming up the our sewage system. And so we were at the point where every month, once a month, we were getting in a rotor-rooter or that type of service just so that we could flush our pits, just so that we could empty our pits, and realizing that we were really becoming a bit desperate as to what was going to be our next step. This product that John gave us to try has solved that problem for us. We no longer have any issues with with emptying our pits and solids being built up. The only problem that we have encountered since then is that it has loosened up some of the debris that has been sitting at the bottom of our pits. So we have the odd time had to bring in a rotor-rooter type to jam through a broken piece of 2x4 or plastic or whatever that might be stuck in the pipe. But the manure itself isn't causing us any issues any longer. So since that time, we have now started using the liquefier in all our barns. We have 2 lagoons that we have been concerned about losing the capacity because of the sludge in the bottom. We're still working away at that, but it seems that we're seeing some results at being able to loosen those solids off the bottom of these lagoons. It is taking quite a bit of agitation but then it's been sitting there for 15 years. So we think we're making some headway in our lagoons, and we're satisfied with what's happening in the pits in our barns and how they're flushing out. The other thing is this winter have started to notice that it seems the air in the barns is not quite as severe on the cold days, and I'm attributing it to a reduction in the ammonia levels in our barn. The air doesn't seem to burn your eyes quite as much, and the environment just seems, and for sure when we get a bit milder days, we can get nice air into our barns, and so they're much more pleasant to work in.